I said I would answer your question, now I'm going to. This is a common question, actually, and the answer is, well, there's two parts to this answer. One, I believe that the other crowd are all people, they're just not human people. And those of us who have pets, I actually don't have one right now, but we know that our dogs, our cats, they're people. Same thing goes with the other crowd. I'm not trying to compare them to animals, although in a lot of cases, the similarity, what's the word? I've only had like 6 cups of coffee today. The analogy works. So yes, there can be, I think what you're trying to ask is, could a person living in this world who presents as human actually be fairy? And the answer is yes. In the folklore, there are lots of instances where a human and one of the other crowd will either marry or they'll have children together. You'll find this a lot in Selkie lore, where a Selkie will have their hide stolen from them and hidden from them, and they'll be forced to marry a human man, and they'll have children with them until they find their sealskin again, and then run back into the ocean, sometimes taking the children with them, sometimes not. There's another story of a Kelpie man who fell in love with a human, and he would change his form from a water horse into a human presenting man, and married and had a wife, and they had children, and she found out what he really was and left him, which I think is pretty rotten. But if you want more information on this, there's also the whole changeling phenomenon where one of the good folk will switch out either a child or another adult with something like a log, or with another elderly, usually fairy. I hate using the word fairy. I just do it because it's what people know and what they're looking for. But that's a whole nother thing. For resources for this, I know that Morgan Daimler has several videos where she talks about this. Can a person be a fairy? But if you're thinking, I took this online quiz and I really like the forest and I like the color green and I like to eat mushrooms and I really like animals, I must be a fairy, right? No. No. And it's a specifically human thing to like want to be somewhere else and not want to be a part of this. That's very human. So if that's something that you're experiencing, that's something totally different, doesn't make you a fairy. This is a human body. I'm 100% in a human body. There's more to this, and I'll talk about that later.